everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a very exciting video. I'm so excited to be talking about this brand new collection that has been extremely hyped up for a reason. And the collection I'm talking about is the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Collection. I was lucky enough to purchase everything in the line. Now, I do have the full size of the Champagne Pop as I purchased that a while back, maybe at least a year ago. This whole new line came out and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. There are some hits, there are some definitely not really any misses, but some that I kind of wish were geared more towards every skin tone. But yeah, if you'd like to see my full review, then keep watching. Alright, so like I said, this is the coveted Becca by Jaclyn Hill face collection, and it's all geared around her original creation, which was Champagne Pop. And I believe she created it about a year ago. She came out with a pressed highlight, which was Champagne Pop, which is a beautiful champagne rose gold highlight. And from there she created a holiday palette, which I have both, and the holiday palette is one of my favorites. You have Pearl, you have Champagne Pop, and you also have the other one that I can't think of, but it's this just beautiful copper color. Now she came out with, let's see here, 5 different products within this launch, and they have basically almost all sold out, at least the limited edition products. There are 2 products that are limited edition, and then everything else is going to be in the permanent line. And the 2 limited edition will be in store June 16th. The face palette and the eyeshadow palette are limited edition, so once they are out, they are going to be out. This entire collection, like I said, is based around Champagne Pop, which is a soft white gold with a peachy pink undertone. So if you don't like the peachy pink undertones, this definitely isn't going to be for you. If you're more of a cooler tone, I don't know if it'll work for you. It might. It'll definitely be something that you'll have to swatch. I'm more of a golden peach undertone, so it works perfectly for my skin. As you can see, I'm wearing everything from the makeup line on my face today, and that video will be up sometime next week, so I'm going to be doing a full makeup tutorial on how to get to this beautiful goddess glow. I'm going to stop rambling and we're going to go on to the products. The cheapest item is their Skin Perfector, and it's a cream. So she has 3 different variations of the highlighter. You can get a pressed powder, which is what your typical go-to everyday highlight seems to be. It's just a pressed powder. You also have the Crème, or the cream, where it's just more of a creamy consistency, and you can use your fingers or you can use a brush to blend it in. And then you also have a liquid. There are 2 that I'm in love with. One, it's okay. The first one, which I am in love with, it's a beautiful, natural, subtle highlight, is the Crème. And this is the Shimmering Skin Perfector Poured Cream in Champagne Pop, obviously. This retails for $38 and it's 0.19 ounces. First of all, can we talk about the packaging? I mean, how beautiful is this packaging? Jaclyn, you did amazing with this. But it says, light up the features you love with the golden luminosity of Champagne Pop. This pigment-rich cream imparts a hint of luminosity for a soft, sophisticated glow. Created in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill, this shade reflects the luxurious effervescence and sparkling light of champagne shears. I love that. But it has her little signature and it has her name. It's super cute. But this is the cream right here. It is extremely small. I will say that. I was actually very surprised at how tiny this is, but a little bit of this does go a long way, so this is going to last me a very long period of time. So as you can see, it comes with a little mirror, which I love, and then it obviously has the little Becca safety film, which I appreciate, and I always keep it on top. That way my mirrors don't get messed up. But this is the cream right here. It is just gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I'm going to show you close-up swatches, but this is just beautiful. It's super creamy, almost has like a watery consistency, like a watery feel to it, but it's very buttery. It's not extremely thick, which is nice, so it's not going to settle into fine lines. It just gives you this beautiful, simple, soft glow. The thing about this is you're gonna have to apply this before applying any powders. So what I like to do is I will apply my foundation, I'll apply my concealer, and before I set everything into place, I will pat this right on top of the high points of my face just to give an even more ethereal glow. And it is just beautiful. On days where I just want a subtle highlight, I think this is perfect, and I think it'll work for basically any type of skin tone. It's very subtle. You can wear this all over your face if you want. I preferably like to put it on the high points of my face. It blends in beautifully, does not look patchy, and it's not sticky, which is nice. Once you apply it, it dries down beautifully. You can apply powder on top. It's gonna brush on beautifully, it's going to blend out beautifully, and it's not gonna be patchy, which I appreciate. The only thing, this is going to melt. I notice it's very, not liquidy, but it's starting to melt a bit because it is very hot. So you need need to keep this in a cool temperature. I would not recommend taking this on the go, especially if you're going to be out in hotter climate. I would prefer to put this in somewhere it's going to be really, really cool. Since it is a cream product, it will most likely start to melt. So that's the only downside of this, but I really do like this, especially if you like a subtle glow. I definitely think that that is worth the money. If you are more about the, you know, va-va-voom, like glow, baby glow, like I want to look like a disco ball, this is not going to be up your alley. But if you're more of a subtle glow, you want something that's just going to give you this beautiful, luminous, natural, angelic glow, then this will be for you. Moving right along, we are going to be talking about the liquid version. And this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid in Champagne Pop, obviously. But this is beautiful. So this retails for $41 and it is 1.7 ounces. Y'all, this is no joke. First of all, I have this in opal and I love, love, love it in opal. I typically wear it all over the face to kind of give me this beautiful, beautiful luminous glow. I have really, really dry skin, so for me, it makes my skin look hydrated and just glowy and dewy and beautiful. If you have oily skin, I probably wouldn't recommend drenching your skin with this, but you could if you like. Now, I have put this all over my face and I did not like the effect. I feel like all over the skin, I kind of look like the Tin Man, like a gorgeous Tin Man, but I kind of feel like the Tin Man because it's very, 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 very shiny. As you're gonna see in that makeup tutorial, and once I get that makeup tutorial set, like I said, I'm gonna put it up in the annotations above so you can check it out. But it just gives you a gorgeous, gorgeous glow from within. If I'm not gonna wear any makeup, honestly, I would just put this on my cheekbones, bridge of my nose, right above my brow bone, my cupid's bow, on the tip of my nose, and I'll be set to go. Put on some mascara, maybe a little bit of concealer, and it's just gonna make you look like you're hydrated, like your skin is just dewy. Now, I will say you can add a little too much. The only thing about this, as you can see, it is a pump. The pump is not the best pump. I tend to pump out a little bit too much, which, I mean, if I do, I'll just add it a little bit to my skin like I can do right here. I can add just a little bit more. And the great thing about this, because it is very creamy, if you wanted to put this on after you apply your powder, it's not gonna look patchy compared to the cream because it is more of a liquid. So if you were to do that, I would just barely tap it onto the skin just to give an extra luminosity. The great thing about this as well is you can add this into your foundation. Compared to the cream, you can't really add that into the foundation, whereas this, since it is a liquid, just do a little pump, add a pump or two of your foundation, mix it all together, apply it to your skin, and it's going to give you that luminous glow from within. It's going to give you that extra dewiness, especially if you have like the Kat Von D foundation, which is super, super thick and matte. If you want to add a little bit of shine, a little bit of gleam, a little bit of glow, add a little bit of this in there and you are set to go. I'm rhyming all day long today. If I could only have two products from this line, I would have this and the eyeshadow palette, which we're going to be talking about next. So the next product we're going to be talking about is this right here, and this is the Champagne Collection eyeshadow palette. Because it is a beautiful metal reflective tin, you are going to show your finger marks. But I mean, I can get over that. Look at this packaging, guys. Isn't that gorgeous? I feel like this is so luxurious. And the great thing about this too is you have the names of the eyeshadows on the back. Now, I tried to do some research online and it didn't exactly give me what the descriptions are of each of the eyeshadows, so I'm going to try to do my very best. I'm not very good at it. I normally like to look things up. So say la vie. This retails for $40. You get 5 eyeshadows and each eyeshadow is 0.6 ounces. So it's not a lot of product, but I will say that these are extremely, extremely buttery. So as you can see, it comes with a mirror. You also have the little film like all of them do. And on there it also has the names of the eyeshadows. So you can just place that on top if you'd like. It's just gorgeous. This is the palette right here. You have a bit of warm tones, you have some shimmers, you have some mattes, but overall this is a beautiful, beautiful palette. I think this is gonna be my go-to palette for summer. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now. It's the only thing I'm wearing on my eyes, and it is just beautiful, perfect for hazel eyes. I think it's gonna work really for any eye color because the purple is going to bring out the brown, it's gonna bring out the hazel, it's gonna bring out the blue. It's just an overall beautiful, beautiful palette. So this one is called Chardonnay, and it is a beautiful white gold. It is super, super shimmery, extremely, extremely pigmented, very, very buttery, and just beautiful. It reminds me of Nylon from MAC, which I know is one of Jaclyn Hill's favorite eyeshadows from MAC, so it kind of, I mean, it kind of makes sense that she would put that into her palette. Now, because these are pigmented, you do get a bit of kick up, so what you just have to do is just tap off your brush and obviously kind of blow away the excess powder. Very easy to blend. I mean, this look right here took me about 5 minutes to blend out and I was set to go. So if you were in a hurry, this is definitely the palette to pick up and know that you're going to be able to swipe on some eyeshadow effortlessly. This one is called Champagne Toast, and Champagne Toast is so beautiful. It's basically the equivalent of Champagne Pop, but in an eyeshadow. So it's that one right there. It's a bit of a toasted rose gold shadow, just a little bit of a toast there. It is beautiful. The next eyeshadow is a matte shadow, and this one is called Cordial. I think that's what it is. That is Cordial right there. It's a beautiful matte mauve eyeshadow. It leans more towards the pink undertone. That is the shadow right there. And like I said, I'm going to do swatches for all of you up close so you can see them. But that is it right there. It's super beautiful. Oh my goodness. I have that in the crease. And if I were just to put that all over the lid, my hazel eyes would pop. It is beautiful, friends. I don't know how many times I can say it's beautiful, but this is just gorgeous. The next eyeshadow that we have is Cognac. And this is the shadow right here. It's just a beautiful transition brown. It has a bit of a deeper undertone, I want to say, almost like a chocolate brown. There we go. That is the shadow right there. It has a bit of a chocolatey undertone. Perfect for the outer crease, perfect for the crease in itself. And then the last one is Bordeaux, which is a beautiful plum brown. So that is the shadow right there. Those are all the shades. Like I said, I'm going to do close-ups so it's better swatches, but it is a beautiful plum with some browns, a little bit of like a black, but it's just creamy and beautiful. I really think because they are super pigmented, a little bit goes a long way. You really don't have to constantly dip back into the eyeshadows and build. Just one swipe and you're set to go. I feel like that's where the money is really going into. It is an investment, but I think it's well worth the money, especially if you are looking for one palette that's going to work for you for daytime and nighttime. I think this is the palette to go, especially since it is limited edition. Once it's out, it's out. They're no longer going to be reselling it, which is sad to say because as soon as I hit pan on some of these, I'm going to be a little heartbroken. I'm not going to lie. I do feel like this is going to be perfect for any skin tone because you do have the really light shade, so that's going to look beautiful and very pigmented on darker skin tones. On lighter skin tones, as you can see, it really does build up and you can see it on my skin. The only thing that people might be a little weary about if you are of a lighter skin tone, there's not really much of a transition color. I feel like the majority of this collection is veered more towards the olive tan skin tone. Obviously lighter skin tones can pull it off, but I feel like it's geared more towards Jaclyn skin tone and deeper and darker. Take that into consideration. If you are lighter, I would definitely recommend swatching before purchasing because it may be a little too dark for you. Let's go into the most coveted, most talked about palette, I want to say, this entire year, and that is this bad boy right here. And this is the Champagne Collection face palette. This ranges for $52. So you have 2 highlighters and you have 3 blushes. You have 1 luminous blush and you have 2 mineral blushes, and like I said, these are the 2 Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed highlighters. That is a mouthful. We have Rosé Spritz, which is a beautiful luminous coral blush. It's just gorgeous, very pigmented, as you can see. Amaretto, which is a beautiful matte, I want to say like a, I don't know how you would explain this. It reminds me of my favorite blush from MAC called Prism, but it is a beautiful blush. Those are the only 2 that I can really wear because this one right here, which is Pamplemousse, I think that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if I mispronounce it, but it is a very hot pink, and it doesn't really work well with my skin tone. Then obviously you have the highlights, which you have Champagne Pop, which is her original champagne highlight. As you can see there, super pigmented. And then you have the sister, which is Prosecco. And Prosecco is a white gold, as you can see right there. All right, so we have them right here. So these are all the shades right here. You have Champagne Pop, you have Prosecco Pop, that is Rosé Spritz, you have Amaretto, and you have Pamplemousse. And those are all of them right there. Like I said, it is perfect for deeper, darker skin tones. Especially if you have a nice tan, this is gonna look beautiful on you for the spring. What I'm wearing on my skin right now, I'm wearing both of the highlights, and I'm also wearing Rosé Spritz and Amaretto combined together. The highlighters themselves are smaller than the actual original pans that you can get. Now you can purchase Champagne Pop by itself. It's in the permanent collection, so you can purchase that, and that is a bigger size. I believe that one retails for $40 or $41, and you definitely get more bang for your buck because you are getting more product versus what is in this pan right here. These are beautiful. Like I said, it is what I'm wearing, but I feel like they look better when I have the other products layered underneath. I mean, I think that's why they put out a full collection, hoping that you would purchase it, because once you layer everything on, you get this beautiful, beautiful glow. But I will say this is not my favorite highlight. It is very, very powdery, very pigmented, but you have to make sure you have the right brush. Otherwise, you can tell that you're wearing highlight. It doesn't really settle well into fine lines, I feel, or at least on my skin it doesn't. I take pretty good care of my skin, and I feel like once in a while it'll just sit there and you can tell that there's just powder sitting on your skin. Now, these are extremely, extremely pigmented. All you have to do is tap your brush in once and you are set to go. You can build these up, but you can look like a clown if you decide to build them up, which I mean, if that's your forte, then hey, go for it, girl. Like, do your thing. I can barely pull off this gold highlight. I feel like if you are lighter than me, this will not be a perfect highlight for you. It would be great as a blush topper, but I don't think that it would work as a highlight for you. So if you are looking to get this palette solely because there are two different highlights and you're hoping to highlight and you're a little bit lighter than me, I would say skip it, only because it's not going to be a highlight. It's not going to be a highlight on your skin. It would be a beautiful blush topper, but it's not going to go well just as a highlight alone. The blushes themselves, I'm not a big fan of. The colors are beautiful, but like I said, I don't think it works for every skin tone. Like they claim on the website, they said it's perfect for every skin tone. I disagree with that. I will probably never use this blush right here. It's a very pigmented coral hot pink combination, and I'm just not a fan of pamplemousse. I think you can definitely find dupes. I have a friend named Olivia, who I will leave her information in below, but she found several dupes for this palette, and they literally looked identical. So if you cannot afford this palette, don't sweat. It's beautiful. I'm gonna use it, but honestly, I don't think it's the best highlight out there. I think if you have a lighter skin tone, go with the Anastasia Glow Kits. Those are beautiful. But overall, if I had to rate them, I would say my favorites are the Liquid Champagne Pop, the eyeshadow palette, then of course I love the Crème. You can get the pressed Champagne Pop. I think that's the best out of this palette, but if you weren't able to get your hands on the full palette, I don't think you're really missing anything extreme. I mean, it is beautiful. Like I said, I am going to use it, but the Anastasia one is just as beautiful and you get more highlights. But if you did want to get the blushes, then you obviously can pick this up. But like I said, this is a limited edition, so you need to get your hands on it ASAP. Well guys, that is it for this video. I will say I am truly proud of Jaclyn for creating this collaboration. I think it is amazing. Like I said, there are obviously some products that I'm not that big of a fan of compared to the others, but that's not dissing the product. That's not saying that the product is terrible, that you shouldn't purchase it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying if you have a lighter skin tone, it may not be the best option for you. There are some other options out there that could suit your skin tone. But I will say it is a beautiful product. All the products in here are beautiful. There are just some that I love more than others. And I'm sure with every makeup line, there's going to be some products that you love and some products that you're like, they're not my favorite. And that's how I feel about these two. With that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.